Hello everyone, my name is Tammy and I will be discussing new product failure. I will be giving a brief overview, discussing the article, giving a couple of key concepts, and finally asking a couple of discussion questions. So generally there are two types of new products. There's new to the world items that can create an entirely new market. Less than 10% of all new products are truly innovative and new to the world. These products usually have the biggest cost and the greatest risks. An example of a successful new to the world product is the Keurig. As many of you might be familiar with it, the Keurig is a one-cup pod style coffee brewing system. For the convenience, speed, and flavor varieties offered, consumers were willing to pay 10 times more than that of a traditionally brewed cup of coffee. Keurig was highly successful. Sales almost totaled $4 billion, and its sales-based revenue share exceeded 40%. Another example is the Nike FeelBand. Nike used to be a running shoe manufacturer only. Now they compete with companies who make athletic shoes, clothing, and equipment. A couple of years ago, it launched the FeelBand that measures a person's energy output during the day and allows an individual to share that information with friends. The second type of new product that enters the market are minor improvements or revisions to existing products. Usually work is done to improve existing products. An example are the Oreo line extensions. There's a variety of new and seasonal flavors. So new product success and failure. For success, most companies focus on incremental innovation. They enter new markets by tweaking existing core products. In a study done, the number one success factor is a unique and superior product. As for failure, in the United States, new product failures are estimated at as high as 50% or even up to 95%. In Europe, new product failure is estimated to be at 90%. There's numerous reasons for product failure. Some of them include ignored or misinterpreted market research, overestimate of market size, high development costs, incorrect positioning, price, and competitors. In terms of high development costs, a company usually has to come up with a lot of ideas just to find one worthy of development. Therefore, they face high R&D, manufacturing, and marketing costs. And in terms of competitors, rivals are quick to copy success. I'm going to move on to the article now. So the article is titled, Why Most Product Launches Fail. It was written by Joan Schneider and Julie Hall, and it was featured in the April 2011 issue of the Harvard Business Review. So research shows that during year one, about 75% of consumer packaged goods and retail products failed to earn $7.5 million. This is in part due to the fact that consumers rarely change their shopping habits. On average, American families repeatedly buy the same 150 products that make up about 85% of their household needs. This makes it hard to get consumers to buy new products. The biggest problem with failed products is a lack of preparation. Companies are focused on designing and manufacturing the product that they postpone the work of getting them ready to market them until it is too late. So the first reason for product failure that the article discusses is the company can't support fast growth. A product is doomed to fail if the company can't support the sales. A company needs to have a plan to support sales if the product takes off. An example is the mosquito net. It is a product that uses carbon dioxide to lure mosquitoes into a trap. It launched during the West Nile scare, so it quickly became a top-selling item. However, once the small-scale production moved from Rhode Island to a mass production plant in China, the quality quickly dropped and consumers stopped buying the product. The second reason the article gives is the product falls short of claims and gets bashed. A product will fail if it doesn't deliver what it claims to deliver. If a product is not ready, companies need to delay the launch. An example is the Newton Message Pad by Apple. It was released in 1993 and offered basic computing functions. The Newton's handwriting feature doomed the product. Handwriting recognition was meant to be the main selling point, but it didn't work properly during the initial release. The third reason is that the new item exists in product limbo. There's no clear distinction between product and the core product. Testing needs to be done on the product to ensure that the differences will influence consumers to buy the new product. An example is Pizza Hut's P-Zone. This was essentially a folded-over pizza that resembled a calzone. The fourth reason is the product defines a new category and requires substantial consumer education, but doesn't get it. A product will fail if consumers don't know how to use the product. An example is Sony's MD Audio. It was an audio format competitor to CDs, but without the read, write, or computer capabilities. When digital music was just starting to take off, consumers avoided this format. The final reason the article gives is the product is revolutionary, but there is no market for it. The questions who will buy this product and at what cost always need to be asked. An example is a mobile ESPN. It was a clunky flip phone set up to only receive sports information from ESPN. It cost $300 for the phone and monthly plans started at $65, prices consumers were not willing to pay. Now I'm going to discuss some key concepts for ongoing new product development. One of the things that needs to be done is assign responsibility to product managers. Cross-functional teams need to be utilized. Cross-functional groups can collaborate to ensure that the timing is right and the product is ready to be launched. Cross-functional teams can work through production issues and adjust or plan for any changes in demand. Using the stage gate system to divide the innovation process into stages with a checkpoint at the end of each stage would also be beneficial. The product manager working with the cross-functional teams need to bring a set of known deliverables to each gate before the project can be moved on to the next stage. This will ensure that the product will not launch until it is ready. Concept testing also needs to be done. Presenting the product concept either physically or symbolically to target consumers and getting their reaction is very beneficial. The more the tested concept resembles the final product, the more dependable the concept testing is. Concept testing can help avoid costly mistakes. After concept tests, consumers will answer questions related to need level, gap level, perceived value, purchase intention, user targets, purchase occasions, and purchase frequency regarding the product. The stronger the need, the greater the gap, and the higher the perceived value, the higher the interest. Market testing also needs to be done. Consumer product test tries to estimate 4 variables: trial, first repeat, adoption, and purchase frequency. Consumers may try the product but not rebuy it, or it may achieve high permanent adoption but low purchase frequency. Test markets are the ultimate way to test a new consumer product. The company picks a few representative cities and puts on a full marketing communication campaign, and the sales team tries to sell the trade on carrying the product and giving it good shelf exposure. Some key considerations when performing market testing are how many test cities, which cities, how long is the test, and what information is to be collected and what action to take. So some questions that came up were, what are some of the other reasons a product might fail? And what are some other ways to reduce product failure? In an attempt to answer the first question, some other reasons a product might fail are the price of the product and the pricing strategy. The product might not be competitively priced, or the price might not be comparable to other similar items on the shelf. Another reason could be bad timing. In order for a product to be successful, it needs to be launched at the correct time. If not, it can fail. For example, if Christmas items were launched in the beginning of the year instead of fall, it has a bigger potential of failure. So in conclusion, new products have a huge failure rate, but there are things that can be done to reduce those risks. By assigning responsibilities to product managers and working with cross-functional teams, failure risks such as inability to support sales and launching a product before it is ready can be mitigated to reduce or prevent product failure. Concept and market testing of a product can also reduce the failure rate, especially when used for determining if there is a market for the product and if a new product is clearly distinguishable from a current product. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.